Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Cardly Scrap, and I'm Michelle Day, your host. And it's probably getting a little bit too late for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to actually do a project that I saw on Ellen Hudson LLC, which is a piñata card, my own take on a piñata card. So I'm just going to be using some random supplies that I have around my craft room, actually. And I'm going to show you what they are. And it's going to be super fun. So I'm going to show you what I've got going on so far with this little project. Okay, so we need a basic panel. I've cut a basic panel, and this is actually from close to my heart. This is kind of like the honey butter, but it's a UV coated cardstock on one side, and so it makes it look a little shiny. See that? See that little shimmer there? And then the other side, you can, if you want to, you can stamp on it or whatever you want to do. I actually have, I made this little thing some time back. It needs a home, so we're just going to decorate it and we're going to plop it down right on there. So I think that's going to be cool. And then, so this is just like 4¼ by 5½, your standard A2 card size, but it's going to be a panel that we're going to use on the bottom. We're going to layer this on top of it. So the shiny part's going to go on the back. And then I cut this down a little bit, maybe a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. And this was actually some images from Cricut Design Space, because I do not have in my possession very good stamps for Cinco de Mayo. So that's what this little project is about, Cinco de Mayo. And so we're going to use this. I've already sort of colored it here and there. And we're going to put this on top of that. And put this in here. And then we're going to make a little shaker box kind of thing. It's going to be super cool. I think I got all my supplies here for this little project. So we're going to get started with it. And another thing that we're going to be doing is that this is going to go on top once we layer all this together. And this is kind of like just this was a 12 by 12 by sheet of paper, and it's just like some vellum, okay? And it's light enough, and it came with I think it came with a collection called Postcard Perfect. And I got a little bit of this left, and this looks like it's a little dilapidated. That's okay, because we're going to hide all that, because we're going to use these strips as our piñata. Okay, now super cool thing, and Ellen Hudson, the maker on Ellen Hudson that demoed this, had these scissors. So my mom had these scissors. This is some of her stuff. It came out of her supplies. And when I first saw these things, I'm like, what on earth is that? Is that for shredding your credit cards or something? I had no idea. No idea at all. Well, they're fringing scissors, people. They're fringing. They cut fringes, which is how I did all these. So we're going to do that first off so you can see how these work. I've already got these cut. I worked on this a little bit last night. I got to cut in blue and orange and pink. And of course, I don't need to tell you colors, right? Okay. So I'm going to show you how these work. It's so cool. I'm going to put this off to the side a little bit, and we'll come back to that. And so you have these, I've cut these down. So these were like full strips of the width of the actual tissue paper. So this is just actually tissue paper that you would stuff in your gift packages. And I actually went and rated my box of I have a box of gift bags, and so I rated my box and see what I could find. I didn't want to buy any for this project, so I just went and saw what I could find, picked it out, and this is what I came up with, this little color combo here, which I think is it ideal? Probably not, but it'll work. So, okay, so I'm going to go this direction, and then we're going to use the fringing scissors, and we're going to cut this fringe out so you can see how this works. It's so cool. And obviously, you don't want to cut the whole thing. Yeah, otherwise you end up with a big bunch of confetti which, you know, I did have some confetti, by the way. But you just cut these. I mean, you could actually have fun with cutting this stuff all day long. You can be like making fringes professionally or something. It's fun. It's kind of satisfying. If I get down here, I'm going to just kind of open it up. And I've got two pieces layered together here. You can see. And we're going to keep the two-piece layering as we go along. And here we go. Now we got some fringes. See there? Little fringies. It's party time. So next I'm going to work on this. I actually got 3 different kinds of inks out here today. So these are all dye-based inks, I think. So they're all the same. But one is nectarine, one is raspberry, and one is lagoon. I think this sort of matches some of our color theme, and I didn't want to get too wild with all of it. So I didn't pick a 4th color, but this is going to be good. And all we're going to do, and I'm going to, so I don't make a big, huge mess that I have to clean up, I've got a piece of paper in here that I can just use to put underneath of it in the bottom part. Put these little pieces off to the side. I'm going to put this down here so I can make a mess and not have to worry about cleaning up off the mat. Okay, so I'm going to start coloring my little thing. Let's start with one of the darker colors. Let's start with this. Let's just go this direction because I'm kind of on the right-handed side. I'm going to go that way. If you don't want to go too crazy here, I think that'll work. And then I'm going to go with, I'm going to change this out and try this nectarine. Let's see what we got going on here. Just mix it up a little bit. I feel like this can be kind of cool. I think that's going to be kind of neat. And then I got a 3rd piece. Let's do some raspberry. If we can sort of blend that in a little bit. That's good enough. And I love it. All right, so and close these back up. That is about as much inking as we're doing with this project. And we're going to stick it on our little, the inside of our little, so this is going to be like kind of like a postcard type card, right? So let's get some glue. I'm going to glue it. I'm just going to use this. I've got a Beacon's glue here. Any kind of glue you want to use. And you can see I've kind of mucked up the back. I've had it like laying around. Nobody's going to see the back. So put it right in there. Oh, is that kind of cool? I like it. All right, so now we're going to do so what we have to do now, as I recall, is put some foam tape. I'm going to put some 3D foam tape on here, and I'm just going to measure it out to, I'm just going to take it like this and measure it. Yep, that's enough stuff. Okay, so now we got our little doodads in here, and so when she goes to open this, she's going to tear this piece out. Okay, so this is going to be layered right on the top, and it's going to be fastened down, so she'll be able to tear this piece off, and then all of the little layers of this, and it's going to be really cute. So this is going to be our little piñata card. It's kind of like busting open a piñata. So I'm going to be doing this, taking all this tape off. Hopefully I can line this up the right way the first time. That would be really good. Good. All right, good enough. And we can shake that, and that's going to work out real well. Now we have our double-sided tape right here on the sides. So we're going to start layering this. And I'm going to layer this. Now, this wasn't done on the other project, but I'm going to layer these on the top and the bottom, which I think is going to be really cool. So these are 6 inches. It's a 12-inch strip. And this just comes off the top of the scrapbook paper that you get from Close to My Heart. So when you get a paper pack of paper, patterned paper, they come with these zip strips on the top that you just take off, and then you can use those as embellishments on your projects. So cool. I think that's going to look very festive. I'm just going to glue it. I've got this beacon glue, which I think is fine. There. Okay. Now we got our little guy here. Oh, and look at that. So cute. I think that really did a good job putting those zip strips on. Makes it look really cool. And I could even pop this up with some foam tape. And, Close to My Heart has foam tape. You don't have to use anything real chunky like that big roll of tape. And so we get these little foam. And mine got stuck together, you guys. Seriously. I don't know how I managed it. They don't come like this. But mine got fused together for some reason. And so I'm just going to put some of this on the corners here and there. Okay. So I want to show you where I'm at, where I've ended up, sort of where I've ended up. I took a few minutes off camera here to organize a few things. When I took a look at this, I'm like, it needs something for the front. It does. And again, I have no piñata type, Mexican type stamp. So what I did is I grabbed another image off of Cricut Design Space. And guys, we'll take some time in a different broadcast to do some tutorials on Cricut Design Space, but I found another one. And again, I just sort of cut it and I inked it up the edges a little bit. And then my mom had these cute little paper clips. They're like little decorative paper clips. And I'm going to just mount this right here. And you know what? I got to thinking, something I didn't see in the other video was a place to instruct people where to tear. So I created this little tear here tab. So the user that gets the recipient of this card um, gets an instruction on where to tear the card open. So stinking cute. I love this. And then see, once another thing I did is I had these embellishments. They were my mother's. And so I just grabbed a few of these out of here and then put them on the card. And I'm a big glitter girl. So I'm going to this is a shimmer brush. It's just a plain shimmer brush from Close to My Heart. And I'm just I love to glitter stuff. I'm just a big kind of glittery kind of girl. Seems like about every project I do that's like a card or something, I feel the need to throw some glitter on it. So we're going to just glitter a couple of things here. And you know, these shimmer brushes come in all kinds of different colors. And this one's just the plain one. It's just um, the plain shimmer brush. Just some basic glitter. But then the ones that have the different colors, they just give you a light kind of color pigment with your glitter. Okay, so a little tiny bit of glitter here and there to give it some, bring out some definition and make it a little less matte looking. Okay, that's really, really cool. I love it. And then we have their instructions. We're going to mount this. I'm going to mount this with the foam tape, I think. Let's put a little foam tape right here on this clip. And that'll do it, I think. Put it right on this clip, right like that. Tear this off. And then, hey, when life gives you lemons, make margaritas. Anyway, that's so cute. I can't wait to get this in the mail, you guys. Hey, have a great rest of your night. God bless.